Hollywood is in absolute panic right now. Mel Gibson has just dropped a terrifying final warning, and honestly, the entire industry is shaking. What he revealed about the Epstein files and Hollywood elites is about to blow your mind. Trust me, you need to hear this. Over the past few days, we've seen an avalanche of shocking information hit the internet. First, the Diddy documentary exposed his entire inner circle. Then, the long-awaited Epstein files were finally released. But here's the twist. What Mel Gibson just revealed ties everything together in the most disturbing way possible. Those Epstein files were supposed to be heavily redacted, black lines covering all the sensitive information, right? Well, internet detectives discovered something wild. You could literally copy, paste, and read the hidden text. Yeah, the censorship failed, badly. And now, the truth is spreading like wildfire across every platform.
I thought this was supposed to be the most advanced security system on the planet.
But that's just the beginning. In this video, you're going to discover Mel Gibson's terrifying warning about what's really happening behind closed doors in Hollywood. We're talking about shocking connections between the Epstein files and the entertainment industry. You'll see why powerful elites are desperately scrambling to silence the truth. And we'll look at the disturbing pattern that people like Corey Feldman and Cat Williams have been warning us about for years. So stick around, because this gets wild. Mel Gibson has been exposing Hollywood since he was a young talent in the industry. He saw things he couldn't explain, dark secrets hiding behind the glamorous facade, and after he started speaking out, Hollywood essentially blacklisted him. But let's go back to what Mel said years ago.
This is a bizarre place, and it doesn't take very long, and I'm sure you've experienced this if you've stayed here for any length of time. You come in, you're fresh from the outside, you're off the boat, from the farm, still got shit on your shoes, you're in here, people are charmed by that you've still got shit on your shoes. They're charmed by the fresh approach you bring to it, and that's a real thing. But they're also stroking the shit out of you, you know, licking you all over. And that's kind of good for you too.
It's great.
But it doesn't take very long before you realize, or before it gets to you. It's cascading on you all the time. You can't get away from certain attitudes, from certain modes of behavior that this town and the industry dictate. And no matter how strong you are, when you come in off the farm with those convictions and a certain line of attack, no matter how strong you are going to be affected by this place. It's going to divert you from where you were going.
Sure.
You're going to be diverted. When I came over here, I was in my mid-20s.
Right.
The first time I really came over here. You know, I had a whole bunch of weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
Right.
And nobody was really bothering to explain it to me.
They don't.
And I formed a bunch of opinions about the town and about the people in it that were like, surely that couldn't be. Because a whole place can't be like, you know, Weird Town, you know, where the stranger wanders in and all the people are in the bar and they all shut up when he looks at them and they tell you don't go into the house on the hill. And it's like that. And then you go away and you think, no, I was wrong. I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like, could it? And then you find out later on the track that you were exactly on track with a lot of this stuff. Not specifically on track, but that you could, that some of your worst nightmares were real at the time, and you think, now this is what I mean by actually starting to swim up or downstream with the rest of the salmon, you know, eventually, if you stay here long enough.
Yeah.
You'll find yourself doing that. And you have to, there's a way of doing it without doing it. That takes time. And it takes relaxation.
Not being uncomfortable about...
Not being uncomfortable. Realizing it for what it is.
Projecting.
Understanding what it is. Once you understand it, well, then you're not afraid of it anymore, so you can just walk around it, through it, and then get on with what you tried to get on with in the first place. A place like this can humiliate you. And it can humiliate you, it can be humbling. I mean, it does rip your life to pieces.
Does it?
If you'll let it.
Yeah.
And it's always pounding at the walls. These little guys, these little heathens with no soul downstairs with horns on their head with a battering ram trying to like beat your walls in.
Yeah.
But that's your own devils, you know.
Yeah. I mean, as a matter of interest, do you think it's easier because you're an outsider who came in?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because it was glaring to me because I was an outsider who came in. But who isn't an outsider?
This footage is old, but it hits differently now. Mel described Hollywood as a bizarre place that doesn't take long to corrupt you. When you first arrive, you're fresh, still an outsider. People are charmed by your innocence at first, but from day one, they're also manipulating you. He said they stroke your ego, make you feel special, treat you like the next big thing. It sounds great, until the toxic attitudes start pouring down on you like a waterfall, and no matter how strong your beliefs are, this place changes you. It diverts you from your path. When Mel first arrived in Hollywood in his mid-20s, he had paranoid suspicions about what was happening behind the scenes. Things didn't make sense, and no one explained anything. He compared Hollywood to a creepy horror movie town, where a stranger walks into a bar, everyone goes silent, and someone warns you, don't go to the house on the hill. At first, he thought he was imagining it. Later, he realized he was exactly right.
I had a gut full of the whole industry. I mean, it's a very strange place, Hollywood. But it's an odd place. And you imagine all these horror stories there that you think, boy, it seems as if I'm being sacrificed over here. No, that couldn't be true. And then you realize that it is true. And you have to, I just left for a while and took a couple of years off, bought a place down in Australia and started digging holes and putting up fences and birthing cattle and all this kind of stuff. And it was fun, you know, it was fun. It was great, and it was a good breather.
Yeah, and then of course the comeback, what a comeback, Lethal Weapon. It wasn't bad, was it?
It was all right.
I had a gut full of the whole industry. Mel once said he described Hollywood as a strange, unsettling place where you start imagining horror stories, then realize they're real. That's when he knew he had to leave. Mel stepped away from Hollywood, moved to Australia, bought land, worked on a farm, helped cattle give birth. Real, grounded work. It was his way of escaping the madness. Now let's connect this to the Epstein files. The new documents expose deep ties between Epstein and powerful figures, starting with Bill Clinton. New photos show Clinton with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, relaxing together in pools and hot tubs. Victim testimony even claims Epstein once said, "Clinton likes them young." The files confirm Clinton invited Epstein to the White House multiple times and flew on his jet far more than previously admitted. And it's not just politicians. Previously unseen photos show celebrities like Michael Jackson, Mick Jagger, Diana Ross, Kevin Spacey, Chris Tucker, and Richard Branson at Epstein events. While most aren't accused of crimes, it shows how deeply Epstein infiltrated elite circles. Even more suspicious, the Department of Justice quietly removed certain files after uploading them, so the question is, who are they protecting?
One of the most disturbing problems in our world today is human trafficking, and particularly the trafficking of children. Our future is our children. Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is awareness. Go see Sound of Freedom.
This is the heart of Mel Gibson's warning, he said. One of the most disturbing problems in our world today is human trafficking, particularly the trafficking of children. Our future is our children. The first step in eradicating this crime is awareness. Mel strongly supported Sound of Freedom, a movie exposing child trafficking. And here's what's strange. Major streaming platforms refused to promote it. Netflix said no. Hulu said no. Amazon said no. Even Disney, who originally owned the film, scrapped it entirely for a movie with an important message and a strong cast. That makes no sense. Unless exposing the truth was something certain people didn't want.
Propaganda in Hollywood movies is built into the ingredients list. It's like if you want flour, you need you're gonna have to get the meat. And if you want to be able to make movies about certain subjects, you have to be willing to work with some people. And you know, it'd be nice if you made it so that this is what we're trying to accomplish, and this is showing the negative side of this other society, and this is and this is our hero. Is our hero who's gonna go do America's bidding and go over there, and you're like, okay. And those movies are successful, and so they continue this relationship, and you become a bit of a propaganda arm for the government, and in turn they don't with you.
Right, but that's what makes information so powerful is, you don't care how people feel about the ritual. It's about does following the ritual work. Yeah. And so you can fool yourself into thinking there isn't one, but the evidence will be clear. So like when I be like, oh, these guys are wearing dresses, yeah, everybody's like, oh, he keeps talking about people wearing dresses. No, it's
That
not.
is a weird thing.
It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it. Show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully. That's how you understand what a ritual is.
Now let's talk about manipulation. Joe Rogan and Cat Williams discussed Hollywood rituals, how success often comes with submission. Joe explained that Hollywood propaganda is built into the system. If you want success, you have to play along. Cat Williams took it further. He said it's not about how people feel about the ritual, it's about whether it works. He pointed out that nearly every major male comedian who wore a dress in Hollywood saw their career skyrocket afterward. That pattern isn't random. And here's something odd. Epstein and Diddy's circles barely overlapped. Almost everyone knew one or the other, but rarely both. That separation raises serious questions.
I'll tell you that the number one problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be. That's the biggest problem for children in this industry.
The casting couch even applies to children.
Oh yeah, not in the same way. It's all done under the radar.
Nobody talks about pedophilia.
It's the big secret.
And it's widespread?
Oh yeah, I was surrounded by them when I was 14 years old. Surrounded, literally. Didn't even know it. It wasn't until I was old enough to realize what they were and what they wanted and what they were about and the types of people that were surrounding me till I went, oh my God, they were everywhere like vultures.
Vultures who Feldman says abused him and his best friend, the late child actor Corey Haim, his co-star in The Lost Boys.
Well, what happens if my mom is dating the head vampire?
Feldman says the trauma of that contributed to Haim's death.
There's one person to blame in the death of Corey Haim, and that person happens to be a Hollywood mogul. And that person needs to be exposed, but unfortunately I can't be the one to do it. But the person that knows who did it and knows who he is watching right now, I guarantee you. Yeah.
Intriguing.
Yeah. There was a circle of older men in the entertainment industry.
Feldman won't name names.
Corey Feldman has been warning us for decades. He says Hollywood abuse led to the death of his best friend, Corey Haim. Feldman has stated that powerful Hollywood figures protected predators for years. In 2020, he finally named one convicted offender, Marty Weiss, connected to Nickelodeon. These predators normalized abuse, so children believed it was just part of the industry. That's the most disturbing part. Now, with the Epstein files surfacing, Hollywood is in full damage control mode. Decades of secrets are coming out, and the elites are terrified. Mel Gibson warned us in the 90s. Corey Feldman spoke out in the 2000s. Cat Williams said 2024 would expose everything. Now in 2025, the dots are finally connecting. The dam is breaking, and there's no stopping it.